Hello, welcome to Happy Wolf Art, and for a short reading, a historical note to one of the stories in Medieval Tales from the Bard Irontongue, which you can find on Amazon. These are a collection of short stories regarding Germanic kings and their conversions or non-conversions to Christianity. These are fictional stories based on historical accounts and documents that we have. And I'll go ahead and read this first historical note. Radbod, some spell his name as Redbad, R-E-D-B-A-D, Redbod, reigned in Frisia between 679 and 719 AD. He didn't live a terribly long life, but despite the shortness of its span, his life had a deep impact on the course of European history. His possible father, Aldegisel, was the first historically recorded Frisian ruler, and unlike many rulers of his time, he welcomed Christianity into Frisia, and even gave Saint Wilfrid safe haven when churchmen from the British Isles excommunicated him and sought his death. Like sons so often do, Radbod chose a life path which ran contrary to his father's, for Radbod desperately tried to drive Christianity out of Frisia. He was a radically devout and faithful man, committed to the service of his god Forseti, his ancestral way of life, and above all the freedom of his people. In time, Radbod, because of a crisis of faith, decided to accept Christian baptism. That, however, didn't go as planned. Radbod, king of the Frisia, the first short story in this collection, tells the tale and dramatizes how Radbod sought to come to terms with his ancestral legacy and to free Frisia from the Frankish political, cultural, and religious control. Here's a map that's included in the first story. You can see Frisia, some of the main towns and villages along the Rhine there, and the geography that's important for the story. Along with all of these stories, there's a section of main characters, who they are, why they're significant, main people groups, and, places, little historical notes about places, cultural references. So, for example, if I mention Forseti, Forseti is the Norse god of justice and reconciliation, and other cultural references. So the first story is Radbod, king of Frisia, and I'll go ahead and read the first two paragraphs just so you can get a feel for the story. And if you're interested, do look online. On Amazon, you can purchase the ebooks or actually a paperback version. So, Radbod, king of Frisia. Every man has a life chain, and his ancestors make up its links. My own ancestors, may their souls rest in peace, were so dear to me that I accepted the fate of eternity in hell in order to be with them. Quote, Radbod, you have one foot in heaven and the other in hell, the missionary Willibrod threatened, as I stood, one foot in the baptismal font and the other out. Quote, one foot rests comfortably in the warmth of holy water, and the other exposed at the mercy of cold, unconsecrated ground. For which do you decide, heaven or hell? Close quote. So those are the two first paragraphs of Radbod, the king of Frisia. Here's a little piece of art for that tale. And have a quick look at that. And if you have any questions, leave a comment, a like, and subscribe if you're interested to Happy Wolf Art. I have other series out there on medieval comics, all ages comics, also one on medieval toys, and another one on artistic choices when drawing. So thank you for stopping by.